All In for Inclusive Education partners with schools to create inclusive learning environments. Through a collaborative, systemic approach, we shift mindsets and practices at every level. In the halls of Mainland Regional High School, 2 dedicated co-teachers are revolutionizing inclusive education. Mary Rose Pullo and Rachel Graves are breaking barriers and transforming lives. As we step into their classroom, let's hear how they're making a difference.
In this particular class, we have 23 students. Of those 23 students, 9 or 10 of them have IEPs. Kids need to be with their peers. The math comes second. I just need them to be in the same classroom. When the bell rings, we always have a display on the board to tell the students what they need to do to be prepared for today's lesson. Our teaching approach is one of mastery. Everything that we do is incredibly dynamic. We had always done things that allowed all students to master content at their own pace to the best of their ability.
We just provide the supports at the beginning, and then kids decide if they need them or not.
So today's topic is a practice of factoring trinomials. Factoring is very much of a number sense, knowing your multiplication tables and being able to add and subtract positive and negative numbers.
A negative times a negative will give me a positive. A negative minus a negative will give me a negative here.
There will be a lot of independent work today. We make assumptions that everybody has the potential to understand this. Everyone is given the hardest content right off the bat, but we're also giving resources to use. So we have the factors of every number from 1 to 100. 2 times 8 is 16. I just saw the light bulb go on.
We anticipate and know where students are going to struggle. So they struggle with positives, negatives. So I've created a chart for each type of problem you can have. It shows you what the parentheses would look like and where the signs would go.
I have enhanced factoring for students who may get through this very quickly. I will take them in smaller groups to show them how to do things in a more advanced situation. Not all students will get to the same place before we move on to the next topic, and that's okay because we always cycle back so that you can actually continue to enhance your skills on a really, really regular basis.
Anyone that's looking to start an inclusion class, shift your mindset and redefine what success looks like for each of your students. I think that's really important.
People often say, can I come and see how you do this? And my point is that you won't be able to see anything because it's very transparent. The classroom just runs as every other classroom.
When I was voluntold I was doing this, I felt the resource room was successful for my students. They told me they felt successful, so I thought it was a disservice to remove that for them. And when we started it, I was very overwhelmed because I felt like it was becoming a classroom within a classroom, and I felt like students weren't getting their needs met. And I realized that it was my perspective of success that was limiting my view of how well the students were doing and that they were being successful. I did a little self-reflecting, and I changed how I viewed their success because I thought it had to look a certain way, and I think as teachers we do that. We have a vision of what our classroom looks like, but you have the option to change that vision of success in your classroom, and I think that's a hard thing for people to do. It was hard for me, but once I did that, I don't see a world in which you could go back to having a resource room for those kids. I don't think it gives them any more of an advantage. That was hard for me. But the perspective change was cool.
All In, changing mindsets and practices in classrooms across the country, ensuring all students have access to an inclusive education.